But yeah, most of the time it's like taken up by like
Yeah.
Carpenter collab.
Or like, you know what I mean? Just like whatever like big thing is happening, which is cool though, that it pulls in so many like things.
I'm saying this as a proud owner of a Sabrina Carpenter skin, all right? So,
you know, like Fortnite is good in that sense that it pulls everything in. At the same time though, it also created the fucking collage of just shitty battle royale wannabe. We gotta get on the trend.
well, no, that's the issue is that a lot of other games just imitate what Fortnite's doing, but they can't copy that success because Fortnite is by itself was like completely unprecedented, you know.
But
you know, like no one, if you told someone back then that Epic's shitty little like fort shooter was gonna be the biggest game in the world, they would have been like, no, you're smoking crack. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things too where I think Fortnite's mechanics just work really well with it, but also I think the build mechanic is just, like I said, the complexity that genuinely has in the game, I think made it what it is. Whereas other games were just, oh, we're a shooter, our mechanics aren't really designed to be battle royale, they're more just FPS kind of just like quick games, but we're just gonna throw it in anyways because we want to and just see how it works, because that's kind of how Apex is. Like I feel like Titanfall 2, everyone's like, oh, but it's Respawn. Yes, the engines are the same, but Apex feels like a brick, where when I'm playing Titanfall 2, I'm like fucking
ice cream truck, dude. That would slap right now.
I want to get the ice cream truck.
Sidebar, don't forget what you were saying.
Yeah, you're good.
What is also welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
Hello.
What's your go-to ice cream truck order?
Ooh,
I don't know.
damn.
I'm a snow cone kind of guy personally, bro.
Ooh.
Dude, I was a
fuck with
SpongeBob
Snow
guy,
Cones
dude. SpongeBob?
Bob?
Yeah, the Bobpop.
The fucked up SpongeBob one,
Oh
dude.
yeah, the Bob, yeah.
That gun was the best 10 seconds of my life, bro.
Dude, no, because there's one that goes by Glass, bro. One of my other roommate got the Sonic the other day.
Oh,
Which the
little
Sonic's
Sonic,
good.
yeah.
I flip flop between just like the chocolate sundae that he does or the Chipwich, because
Okay.
Yeah,
Chip
Chip
Witch is
Witch
solid,
hard.
dude.
It's fire. That's valid.
Chip
take.
Witch is a solid decision.
Chip-
But you were
Chip
talking about
Witch.
first-person shooters and Apex
talk
and
about
Respawn.
Fortnite, talk about the cultural impacts that it has, and just how fucking insane it is. Because I know it's like a meme nowadays. Like people are like, "Let's go on Fortnite. Let be my duo," and like that's
Yeah.
great. Like it's a Fortnite itself is a meme, but then the game itself just has so much like culture bundled into it. Like thanking the bus driver is
I mean,
still
like
a
it's
thing.
literally like its own like ecosystem at this
Yeah.
point. Like
Well,
it's
for real.
like Roblox. Like it's like its own platform. So
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy how big it did get. You know.
Yeah,
It is
dude.
insane.
People be making money off that too, man.
Oh, yeah.
They'll make maps on Fortnite. And there's like some rich like map creators from Fortnite. Like,
Yeah, they're probably actually making money on like Roblox creators.
Yeah,
they
it's crazy.
That's still
They
something
lowball
I
the fuck out of them.
I tried to understand, but the Roblox thing, dude, that like there's adults playing Roblox, which at first I was like, what the fuck? But then I
Yeah.
realized there's like drive-by shootings on Roblox and like murders, and I was like, what is? I remember
Yes,
when it was
bro.
like the shitty version of Minecraft, where like you
Yeah.
could just build bullshit, and then now it's this whole like ecosystem.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The only time I've ever played Roblox is when I'm drunk. I never play that shit sober. Me and my brother will just get drunk as shit and we'll just start running like you said, like those games where you're pretty much just doing drive-bys and shit. It's stupid. It's a fun time though, but I would never really play it
Yeah.
like normally.
Roblox to this day too. I think it's different on Xbox just because Xbox client takes so much, security measures for that game, whereas playing it on
Yeah.
PC is still like a fucking death trap because it's just so unsecured.
No, yeah, we got we
Damn.
got the fucking got a virus on our like family PC from that shit,
I was
dude.
gonna say.
Yeah.
That's
And-
my
It's free
and
Roblox.
I'm gonna
Click
say
here.
this more than once.
yeah.
yeah.
Like it is
Download
better
RAM.
nowadays, but that was always my big thing. Like and a few of my buddies to this day are like, "You should play Roblox." And I'm like, it's not that I don't want to. I just know one wrong move or one wrong fucking person joining my server, and it's like, got you, asshole. I'm gonna brick your PC, and it's like, well, you got not brick my PC, but
I don't think it's really like. Is it really that insecure? Like, is it
it's better than what it was, but it's still pretty bad.
I've been on a kick with the watching scammers get hacked and like they get into their PCs and then they're like, oh, is this you right next to this lake or whatever?
Yeah.
But I was
Is this
thinking,
your t-shirt
Gino.
you're wearing?
Hey, we should get into that. That's next farewell
Yeah,
phase.
hack
You be the
people.
coder, and I'd just be the guy who gets to talk shit to him.
Yes.
I mean, we can all talk shit. That would be fun.
I know my pythons, my pearls.
Oh, I can
Is
do it one day
there
right there.
a virus, and if there's not, could you make one that we could put on only bad scammers' computers? But like, I know there's better viruses, like you said, where you can break people's computers or just like.
Oh,
do,
well, yeah.
But like, imagine a virus that every time you open your computer, it runs every program that's on your computer. At like,
Yeah.
Well,
would that?
yeah, I mean, something like that, you know, okay, brief computer lesson.
Big A's here.
Big computer lesson.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Most viruses or attacks usually are just like an executor or some kind of script that people write. Not 9 times out of 10, 8
Should I
times
stay
out
off
of 10.
camera?
It's usually just a bunch of command scripts to do a bunch of things to instruct a computer to do. The issue is you need to get that file to run on the person's computer. Now, why are scam emails and don't fall for that, your car's extended warranty, why is that so funny? That's the easiest way to get someone to do it. You make a link that looks like a link, but it actually just runs a bunch of scripts that run every computer simultaneously at once, and then your PC's like, fuck this, I'm shutting off because I can't run it. That's all it
Oh,
takes.
damn.
Now, advanced methods, you kind of need the coding to, like, if person joins a Roblox lobby, you need to have access to that server
you
to say,
doing
like,
over there,
okay,
dude?
this person that just joined with their IP address, run this.
I mean, here's the thing. Have you seen the how vulnerable like older CODs are on Steam and shit?
Dude, yes,
Super
bro.
vulnerable. Like
Dangerous
you
as
can
fuck,
literally,
bro.
you don't even have to be playing online, and you can just get a rat on your system.
Yeah.
It's
Real bad.
insane.
And that is kind of the basics. The other thing is, too, Linux users, because everything runs on Linux, whether you like it or not. If you know Linux, you can kind of do whatever you want, but you have to know what the fuck you're doing because Linux is super complicated. I use it sometimes.
Is Linux like a a code language or
It
like
is
an
a
operating system?
system. However, there's a few different forms. It comes in different flavors. The most common is Debian. It's kind of just like the most user friendly. The reason why I say everything is built on Linux is that's not entirely true, but a lot of like the programs kind of going on under the hood. So like if you download a game, you get the game, but kind of what's running under the hood is some code like maybe C++ or Python, but that is usually running on Linux just so it has like can physically tell your like Xbox or your computer this needs to go here to make that thing work, because at the end of the day you still need to make your circuit board circuit and all that stuff, or your motherboard, sorry, instruct and do things, which is crazy. But yeah, Roblox, it is a bit more secured, and on Xbox, like I said, because it has to run through Xbox's security, it's a bit better, but being a public domain and being, like you said, Brandon, there's a lot of adult users. There's the CEO wants it to be like an adult dating app now or some shit.
Dude,
saw
that shit is. I
recently.
seen that shit. I
That's-
was like,
dude,
what the
that's
fuck is
insane.
happening, bro?
And
Get
isn't
that
there
shit
like a
away from
whole
that kid's app, bro?
like child labor or like unpaid labor issue of Roblox where like people are making games and
Shit, is there?
maps and like not getting paid?
Yeah,
and,
that's what I
like,
was saying. They don't get paid shit. They put and like some of these games are like super complex too.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
whole
they
like
put in they put in work and just don't get paid for it.
I know there's people
is
on
that
VR.
the whoever owns Roblox, like the CEO, or is that like a issue with the people who are?
I think the CEO says some shit like that.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's just the company. They just,
It probably is
it's
the
like
company.
I don't know how much Roblox is worth. I'm assuming it's definitely in the billions, but
Yeah, I also just don't know what the not client to company, but game developer to company relations are like. Just because I've never made a Roblox
I
game.
mean these guys are the ones making the games.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones putting in most of the effort.
I just don't know how that works, but chances are, especially with what you're saying, it's probably a marketing thing. Be like, you can make anything you want. You go
Yeah.
to make it, and maybe you just go to the wrong place, and technically you wandered into our make whatever you want, but we didn't say we're gonna pay you for it. You could just make a game and you can share
Yeah,
it and be
that's
like,
how I
look
get
at my
you.
game.
According to
I get
TechCrunch,
ya.
Roblox is appraised at 4.05 billion after February 2020.
God,
God
damn.
dude.
So that's 5 years ago. So that's
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth way more. Shit.
fucking crazy.
Dude.
Pay your fucking workers, dude.
No, you're
Pay these
Yeah.
kids.
shit,
Because
dude.
then I know a lot of it is like Lua, and I know there are some things on the platform that like teach game development. So I just don't know, but chances are there's probably some fine print in there that's like, you're just making it for the public. Come on, don't
But
you
I think
like
if you're
it?
like,
do
at
a
least to an extent,
favor.
like you're like a prolific enough creator, you should be like. I mean, I don't know if you want to say. I mean, I don't know how you would go about it. I don't know if you want to give them contracts or do shit like
Yeah.
that. But
It would probably
Instead of
be a
just-
thing where, depending on your game's success and how often it's visited, because that's kind of how you
Yeah.
have to leverage a free-to-play game is whether it's data collection or like, you know, pay-to-win stuff or something like that. Sorry. You leverage your success of your game, company gets a split, this team might get a split, but then you
Would-
end up getting your split.
Is Roblox running like on a? I know obviously they have like the microtransactions with the skins and the fucking items and shit. But is it
Robux.
also like an advertising model where they have ads on the thing?
Yeah, well,
'Cause
I
then,
think
like,
like
it
on the
could
main
be-
website there's ads, but if you play on like through like a launcher like
Yeah, I don't know.
Xbox
I was
or
gonna
whatever,
say,
there's no
so
ads.
Roblox, you know, it gets its value from ads, but that's just marketing in general.
They do have.
Um,
I guess you would say they have sponsors. Like they do have like certain like clothing that is sponsored.
I was
Stuff.
gonna
They'll have other
say.
companies like they'll have Sega make a Sonic game or some stuff on there. You know.
So
Um,
they'll have that, and then outside of any other corporation, though, anything like Roblox, because I'm like, as far as I know, Roblox itself owns a few like entities or games, so to speak, like when you load in, and then anybody that makes a game, they can add whatever elements they want, and that would probably be the same thing where developer gets a share, Roblox gets a share.
Right.
So when you have millions of people making these games with a bunch of paid shit, and then people are like, "Oh, I just want to pay for that because it's fucking funny," you know, you can imagine, even if it's like $1, $2 transactions, Roblox gets probably a decent sum of that millions of times a day.
Oh, for sure. All these fucking kids playing. Dude.
Yeah. Especially like gambling games, because, you know, it's not technically gambling since there's
If
no
it's a
real
loot
money.
box or
Yeah,
if
if
it's-
it's loot
yeah.
boxes or if it's just a fucking game. So then you're like, hey, mom, let me scroll them slots. Let me get the credit card. I know dad just left us, but, you know, let me hit it up.
Mom, I'm
So,
sad. I need 5,000 Robux right
Mom,
now.
I want to
Yeah.
kill
It's
myself.
the only way that's gonna cheer me up, please.
You're going to lose your only
See, that's
son.
why dad left you. It's because you won't give me fucking Robux. Give me your
You're going to
goddamn
lose
credit
your
card.
only kid
After
because I'm going
Roblox.
to kill myself.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
gonna,
you're
yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna
give
run
me
away. I'm gonna go.
Roblox.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live in an orphanage.
I
or
know you
some
gotta give me
stupid-
health care and shit, but that's not important.
Are
Fuck
there
that.
kids like leveraging their in-game like Roblox houses for the casinos of like like they're at the high roller table and they're just like fucking shit faced drunk. They're like, no, this is the one. I can feel it. And they like, fuck, I lost the house.
Lost the deed.
Dude, it's fucking
Put your
crazy.
Roblox account down.
Yeah, no. Crazy shit at the end
Yeah.
of the day. Which, I mean, gets into Roblox itself, gets into, like, the conspiracy of, like, government and tech and how they've, you know, since they've had, you know, the technology years before us. Recently with AI, it's how are they using AI to socially get into people and make them lose cognition and all that shit to rely on AI.
Brain rot.
It's like they, you know, you get in the conspiracy of, was the government studying that? Were they trying to, before they released AI, did they want to make sure that people would, you know, use it as like a pacifier? Was that like a thing? With Roblox and like the online gambling, so to speak, it's like, can we suck as much fucking money from these stupid ass kids to pay these companies, and then the government might take a tiny share or something? I don't know, you know, because that gets into some. I get some conspiracy
You're gonna get a
shit.
fucking
Where-
three-letter
where are you
agency
saying
kicking
that,
Get
in
my
my
like,
door.
tinfoil hat on.
Info hat.
What were you trying? Oh, you're saying the government
I was also curious
The
about
is
this.
government.
funding Roblox? They're running it, or they're
Is it a
or-
psyop? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
a
implying?
giant psyop,
So
dude.
not okay. Not that explicit, but more so the government is funding the execution of how do we get kids to take their mom's credit card to online buy loot box or gamble, so we get money.
So
Which I know that sounds like
wait. Then how is the government getting money if they're just what?
it could be a fucking thing where
if
it's
kids force their parents to give them money to gamble. I mean, you're not really gonna, the government ain't getting anything out of that. Does the government just want every child to have a gambling addiction? I mean, I feel like if that's what you want to do, actually, I could get behind that.
That's
that
what
makes
I'm
sense.
saying is like maybe they're like working with companies to get a little cut. I'm not necessarily implying that, but more so the psychological. How do we get people to condition to be like that?
Like the pacification.
Yes. Yeah. Which I don't really know if I agree with. Some people might be like, you just don't get it. You don't have your hat on good enough. And it's like, fair enough.
I think there's definitely something to that. Because even, the whole thing with, I forget the name of it, but where all the Doors and Janis Joplin and 5 or 6 of the big artists in the 70s that were kind of heads of the free love hippie kind of music, all their parents were all CIA fucking operatives.
Yeah.
And this was around the same time MK Ultra and the whole Charles Manson thing was happening.
Yeah.
So the idea was that the CIA kind of created that music to, I don't know, that's the only thing where I get hung up is so they created it to make people dumb.
Yes.
But then it's sure, where they're getting on weed, they're doing the weed and acid and all these drugs and just casual sex, and they're not worried about they're just leading these very hedonistic, gratifying kind of things.
Yes.
But then at the same time, I know they used it to demonize the Vietnam, anti-Vietnam movement at a time where that's where in theory, although this part might be proven.
No, I think Nixon literally said that. Yeah, they can't go strictly go after them for what do you call it, hippies for saying Vietnam War was bad and whatever. But you say but these guys are all smoking weed, they're all having sex,
Right.
they're all doing this. So you demonize them for something else, and that's something that everyone can kind of get behind.
Right, to kind of take credence away from their movement and be
Yeah.
well, these guys don't want to go to war and they're hippies.
It's not
So
about
war.
that they're anti-war. It's more about they're a bunch of degenerates.
Right.
That was kind of how they went about it.
That was the
Yes.
whole thing with the war on drugs in total. They couldn't
Yes.
arrest people for being black, so they
Boom.
kind of forced crack on them.
Yes.
And you can't arrest hippies for being annoying.
That's true, unfortunately.
But you can arrest them for being degenerates. Yeah.
What is that?
Stop
What is that?
smoking
Pot?
weed. I hate
that, a
it.
doobie?
But yeah, no. So that's the Roblox bit.
This is an intense fucking first.
Yeah, I went to
15
Roblox
minutes,
to,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
to CIA.
Yeah, I got to the CIA.
Yeah, it's a psyop.
Now they're
Roblox is a
using-
government-funded operation.
Yeah, so if you think about it, actually, Roblox running gambling is like the CIA putting
Well, it's similar to the
crack in the
CS:GO
neighborhoods. Think about
loot
it.
boxes.
That
So
or fluoride in the water, dude,
yeah.
making the frogs
It's similar
gay.
to CS:GO people that do videos of them opening loot boxes, so they get revenue from the content on YouTube of opening loot boxes to open
That's-
more loot boxes. And then there's the underground gambling thing for CS:GO loot box. It's similar to that. And I think
That's
the government's funding it.
Another side of that pacification thing you were talking about,
Yes.
where we were talking about it before with the React channels, or obviously if it's someone does an entertaining let's play of something or playthrough and they're playing the game and maybe in an entertaining way, or they have something interesting to say over it, that's one thing. But when it's just watch me open these fucking card packs and see what we
Fed
get, or watch me
creator.
gamble online, or
Similar to a Fed band, Fed creator.
that,
Boom.
the whole thing where I saw something where people will watch cleaning videos when they kind of know subconsciously they should be cleaning their own house, and they get some a similar sense
Oh.
of gratification from watching the video. So that's so
Shit.
odd and somewhat concerning, because that's not quite Matrix shit, but it's definitely a step closer of
Yeah.
leading a fucking simulated life.
I get you. I get you.
You guys know what Phantom Sense is?
Oh, don't get me fucking started, dude.
It's fucking VR, bro, dude. You got these guys fucking VR goggles glued to their head, where they literally believe that they can be felt in game, through VR, And like I've been seeing a whole bunch of like trolling videos where like people will like troll them and be like, can you feel this? They have like a knife.
They just walk through them and they're just like, don't touch me, dude.
Like, they start screaming and shit.
I almost obviously like if you punch somebody in VR, they're not gonna like get a bruise.
Yeah.
But I do think that they might actually believe that. Not some of them are definitely just fucking weirdos.
No,
but
they
have you ever
definitely
seen
believe
the thing they do for like amputees where because amputees will get like an itch in their old arm and they can't get it and it just drives them crazy. So they have to do this thing where they like do some weird shit with mirrors where they like make it look like it's their arm and then they rub like a feather on their actual arm that's still attached and then they rub it on the fake arm and then they like they do a sensation on their real arm and repeat it on the fake arm so their brain starts registering like
which kind of makes sense though because it's more of a sensory thing more than like a like a direct kind of manipulation thing. Like that is just kind of like
it's like psychosomatic kind of.
It's like when you're watching a video and like a thing flies quickly at the screen. You're not gonna get hit, but you're like, whoa, because your brain is just like, oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
And then that like the therapy is once they get to the point where they feel like that's their arm kind of, it's like a hypnosis thing, then they scratch it and then the itch is gone.
Shit.
So I could see if you spend 12 to 16 hours a day in these VR headsets, that like your brain kind of adapts to like, all right, this is the almost like sea legs
I
where
ate
like
food in the VR game, so that means
this is sustenance.
Yes.
God, brother.
Let's go, dude. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good future.
You're still dumb as fuck. It's not real. Go touch grass, dude. But
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine spending like more than 10 hours a day playing VR chat. Jesus Christ.
Nah, bro.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen those clips before, bro. But
it's one of my favorite.
It's embarrassing how these people act, dude. Holy shit.
Nah, bro. E-sex goes crazy.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm fucking her in the game. It's real life. I'm about to impregnate a woman. It's true.
Oh, dude, I hope this stuff gets curbed real quick.
big fucking big titties, big ass, like tattoos all over, and there's some like 40-year-old guy.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's one of those things that's good. Matthew Patrick got his like position in Congress because we haven't had technological regulation. Like we had with the net neutrality, and that was about it. Like we have not regulated
like
the shit we've been doing. That I know China specifically, not themselves, wants the UN and wants like all of the nations to be like, we need to figure something out because what the fuck are we gonna do? Are we just gonna lose ourselves to this shit? You know what I mean?
That and I feel like an issue is the technology is moving very quickly, whereas the just bureaucracy, it takes time to even get like a simple like what you would think is a common sense law passed, let alone something where it's uncharted territory with like the internet and the new websites and new types of interaction between people and new types of exploitation and new types of like trafficking with drugs and humans and all these type of things because like you would know. I mean, I think we're all savvy enough. But exactly, you're a fucking no.
Big A knows. Big A knows.
Recorded record. But like the Tor browser is obviously not just a way to access like the dark web. Like you can use it just for to keep yourself anonymous and whatever. But like there's also an aspect that's very dark and it's used for criminal and immoral things, which is like not only is it hard to track these people, but then like the laws around it are weird because it's if you're talking on the internet, you could make the argument that's like, oh no, we were just doing fucking role play, or like obviously if you're like, all right, meet me here at this time. It seems like you're about to transact drugs there, sir.
Shit.
But like a lot of the stuff is like gray, weird area, but it's still with criminal intentions.
Technically not illegal.
Yeah, but you can't prosecute on intentions.
Yeah, listen, VR sex, it was a 14-year-old, but it's VR sex.
That's
come on.
That or the whole
not
thing
illegal,
with, like,
right?
Do you see like
you can't get enough of fucking kids for some reason. Yeah, come on.
VR is.
That, but no, I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I had to get a little kooky there to get with the bit.
But the thing with the deep fakes now that they're being illegalized, and which I think is probably a good thing because be it a celebrity or anybody, like it's gonna get to the point where you can just take a picture of somebody and the AI will be able to figure it out. And,
Yep.
But
AI Peter.
you can do like weird shit with it, and then you know if you don't obviously it's not you, but if you see a video of you like getting rammed by some giant black dude, and you're like, whoa, like, I'm not. I don't want to.
I would kind of post that. So I'd be like, guys, check it out. Had the whole football team on me.
Oh, no, dude.
Oh shit.
But yeah, and I can see, especially as like, you know, that if you're a celebrity, you're probably already got to deal with creepy interactions with fans and this like,
Especially women, bro.
that.
well,
But I'm
yeah.
sure that not to be like, oh, dudes get it too, but I'm sure there's some creepy,
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
dude
Yeah.
fans of male celebrities, but like. To your credit, it's definitely dudes who
Yeah.
are mostly making these weird deep fakes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, dude, and I feel like a woman deal with a lot of creepier
Yeah.
folk than
Some-
dudes.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pedro
Like, it's really
Pascano.
rare you come across a weird, like, predatory type of woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, I get you.
this is, I don't know.
Dudes being like, oh my god, I watch every single one of your videos the moment they're up.
Yeah.
Are you my girlfriend already?
we're meant
Come
to be
on.
together.
Dude, we've been
I
together
am
for
your
so
biggest OF donator.
I'm outside your house. Like, why won't you let me in?
Why aren't you having
wanna
sex with me
hang.
right now?
long. Just wanna chill, bro.
I paid for your dinner one time. Why are you not putting my penis in your mouth right now? Or
You call me your boyfriend all the time on messages.
I donated all
Why are
my
you
life
being weird
savings,
about
bro.
I gave up my future for your shit.
I bought a gun to protect you.
Did you see the one that the guy like set her fucking car on fire?
Oh, yeah.
And then drove like a block away with like his like clothes were still smoking, and he was like, I don't know what that's about. And they're like,
slipped it
dude,
out,
get
bro.
out of the car.
Fucking goofball, bro.
I'm pretty sure she was some
What?
type of like OF creator, right? Or some.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like a streamer or some shit. But dude, literally, like, he just took a nap. I don't know what his game plan was, but I don't know in any circumstances. Like, if you commit a crime, why are you gonna take a nap? And he did
Yeah,
it
that
like
is not nap time, brother.
within a few, like Brandon said, within a few blocks of like where he put the car on fire. Like, it was crazy. And then he threw the evidence like not even a
God.
few feet from his car too.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I mean, listen, that's about right with the brain power of
Yeah.
like an OF fan, but
For real,
still,
bro.
It's consistent with the rest
an
of his
OF
behavior.
fan doing that, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Fucking people are crazy,
Jesus.
bro.
Whew.
That parasocial.
So-
Nah,
some
I love the
scary
parasocial
shit, dude.
relationships, bro. Oh my god, they
you see
always
what
leave
Gino's
me
like,
on,
no, we're different. We're
leaving
different.
me on red. They're just testing me. That's all.
Just playing hard to get, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Gino just goes to his Bjork stalker phase. See, that's the. Now I was gonna say that's the way you do it. Don't do that.
No,
But at least bro just
see,
stayed in his house all day.
I was gonna say no because
Didn't
if
he
you-
kill her?
No. Well, he
Oh.
sent like a. I forget. It was like he sent her a bomb, but
the
they
fuck?
intercepted it. Yeah. Then he killed himself.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, the bomb didn't work.
Well, no,
Easy way
no.
out.
That's the thing is that he killed himself after he sent it. Like he didn't know if it worked or not. He was like, it was like one of those things. Just like
Damn.
it was like,
fucking-
if I can't have you, nobody can. I'm like,
Well, you look like the biggest dumbass.
Yeah. Stick a quarter in your ass. You played yourself.
Yeah, no. Scary stuff. Because especially now, I've seen a few times now. I don't know if it's specifically Alibaba, but some of like the like the child labor sites, they sell like PCs, and it comes in a really nice case. So you're like, oh, it must just be a cheap PC. It's a bunch of just like office parts, basically, just like old ass computers getting like Frankenstein together. But one, that MAC address, because aside from IP or any internet connection, you can track a MAC address where it was sold, the physical device, is somewhere. Some business bought it. It's under that. Two, the Windows keys on these on the CPUs are completely, if you want Windows 7 and you get one of these cheap ass computers that has Windows 7, you now have a Windows 7 key, which is no longer supported by Microsoft. You have a random device that's been somewhere. If you get, if you jerry-rig your own internet setup, basically, or connect directly through a business or even just a public area, not just like a super remote, off-the-radar thing, now you have the ability, because I know people talk about like stalking and shit, but it's like, if you think outside the box just enough, it's not that hard to do, and that's what's scary. Is it's hard to
You're saying you could use that setup to stalk
stalk people, to do stuff
because the
for
stuff's
educational purposes only.
Because it's
to
how
Some
you
guy
emphasize
watching just got a great idea.
to
Yeah, they're like,
emphasize
hell yeah.
the
it's on Alibaba right now. Like, where's
whatchamacallit, one, why it's important that we are finally doing something to regulate this, but like you said, just how hard it is to find these people, because you're like, well, they're on the internet, it can't be that hard, and it's like, you would be surprised. And then at the same time, even once you find somebody,
Well,
you have to like have the just means.
So that's what
breaking-
I got learning slowly, kind of with the watching these like scammer
Scammer gets
payback
scammed.
type. I think that's literally one of the names of the channels. But you know, they'll either bait them in with like a call, but then what is it, like remote access or like any desk or these
Yep.
like these what would you call them, like applications you can use to remotely access. So when they get when the scammer connects to their computer, how do they get it turned around to the point where they're like getting into their router and then like connecting to all these other computers
Yeah,
that the
so-
scammers are using?
Chances are, so say a scammer goes onto your computer and you want to get back at them. Chances are what most people do, because they have to connect to your device, they're pinging it somehow, even if it's just through a link. If you ping whatever address they got your device from, chances are, if you're able to redirect that to them, you can do that. In terms of manually or like, you know, brute forcing your way through, that's where you would have to kind of write a program that captures their information. So scammers connected to your thing, they had to connect to it somehow. Essentially, you would need a program that's able to gather their information from the transfer from their computer to your computer, which would be like, you know, maybe some library or some like import from a programming language has in this documentation the variable.get source data, because there's probably source and destination, where if the scammer scammed you, you're the destination, they're the source. There's a way to probably backtrack where they first initially click into your computer. You find that packet or that ping. You do something, get the source information, not your computer, theirs. Use that information to then reboot your computer, is now the source to their destination. If that makes, I know that's a lot of gibberish.
Somewhat,
Um,
yeah.
It's essentially where they would be the original source destination. You gather that info, make a program that does the same thing they did, reverse, you know, victimer or victee, I don't know what the antithesis, the offender,
Perpetrator.
perpetrator, and then you swapsies, and then you get their stuff. And there's a bit more. I'm also positive if you're like a Homeland Security officer, there's probably some government programs that do that too.
Right.
And it's probably a lot easier. Do I know about those things? I do not know about those things because I don't have a security clearance.
So he says.
But if you do have a security clearance, you totally shouldn't email us or visit one of our shows or listen to our music and comment any of the stuff you might know. And you shouldn't tell me where you live because I may or may not interrogate you. This is on live footage. Get me now. No.
This guy loves getting himself into
hot
verbal
mess.
fucking.
I go for a security clearance. It looks like on your Fairwell podcast you said some government
Threatened
threat.
federal agents.
You threatened federal agents. I don't think you were joking. I think you were serious. It's
I
like,
wasn't threatening them. I was telling them they should come listen. You know,
I was
come
giving
to
them
the show,
educational-
yeah.
Just trying to
know,
get
stuff.
recruited.
I'm telling them my CS knowledge.
I just wanted to take some pictures.
Yeah, I spent years at uni. Now I got my tech bro job, full stack, making internal components and client stuff. It's a bunch of fucking business jargon that I fucking hate. I'm making a program for my business, making a program for customer. Not that fucking hard, guys. Sorry, I had to.
You want to be
there.
hacking into computers, don't you? That's what you want to be doing.
I want to wear a black hoodie and be like, yeah, I get no bitches.
What's isn't there like the terms? There's like Is it ethical hacker and what's the other one?
The white hats.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
gray
hats,
hats,
black
white hats
and
and
the
dark
black
hats or
hats.
something.
Yes.
So what's the beef there? Like, what's the difference?
What's the difference
Give
between
me the,
those
give me the
three?
scoop.
Check it out. So,
This is
white hat
Daily Minute with Gino
hackers.
Costanzo.
White hat hackers. They're white. JK.
That's a
But
stipulation.
the symbolization of the white hat implies some racial bias. But anyways, so
I think it's more of a hood, to be fair.
white hat
Yeah, white
hackers
pointy hood.
typically hack and do things usually for educational and demonstrative purposes, sometimes for like protesting purposes, to say like, because they've been doing it for years, like, we need to regulate this shit. I don't think you guys understand connecting our bank, our job, our families, our social lives, all to fucking the internet is really scary and has a lot of implications, and especially modern cars, because certain modern cars, you Bluetooth into them, some of
Very
their computer
vulnerable.
shits. The example that was shown, at least in my high school, is, and especially Kias are very prone to this. A lot of their key
Shout out
fobs-
Kia boys.
A lot of their key fobs have the similar technology to like do stuff. Some people you can just jerry rig like a Arduino, not an Arduino, Raspberry Pi, to have the same function, and you can just get into someone's Kia and start it
Well, I think they were
and stuff like that.
not brute forcing them in the way of the sense that, like, the coding sense, but
Yes.
literally physically brute
Yep.
forcing them with, like, screwdrivers
That
because they were
too.
that vulnerable.
Mhm.
So it makes sense that even, like, their
Yeah.
fucking
So
that side of things are
white
also.
hat hackers will do these things not to be like, haha, I got you. It's more so to demonstrate, like, hey, we seriously have an issue on our hands. We need to regulate this, make sure companies are being held accountable for the software they're doing or for the stuff they're putting out, because it's a big risk. It's very convenient, and it is really good when used correctly, but it's a big risk. Now the black hat hackers, so where the racial bias comes in, because now all of a sudden they're not white, so racism already in the tech community. What the fuck?
Have we not moved past this,
Sorry,
man?
I'm sorry.
It's 2025,
black hat
dude.
hackers will do the same thing, but instead of being like, this is a serious issue, be like, damn, I just got a free car.
Right, there's
Hell
money in here.
yeah. I just got in this guy's bank account. Let's steal all of his money, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, I found out where his first daughter is. Well, I'm going to go rape her real quick and then shoot her.
Whoa!
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Well,
Oh, that's
you would
okay.
be
That's
surprised,
That's
though.
a crazy like.
You would be
oh,
surprised, though,
Jesus
because
Christ, yeah.
that's
cut that.
but yeah, so stuff like that, where the militia comes in and
That's
they're very evil.
that's a crazy leap, dude.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what you want me to tell
it's
you.
like,
No, I get
I
that's
don't-
a real
it's not
issue.
like,
So
yeah,
I don't
we're
want to
just-
sugarcoat it. You
No,
know what
he's
I
No,
mean?
no,
So-
I think you're right. Like, yeah, people will be doing this. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking,
damn.
segue a little bit, dude.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
know,
it's like,
My-
yeah, I'm gonna
was
yeah, I'm
Mr.
gonna
Mr.
find your bank account
Just rip the
information too.
Band-Aid off.
I'm going to sexually assault your dog, your firstborn.
misdemeanor, immoral felony.
So yeah, that's where black hats come in. Gray hats, it's kind of a gray area. They'll do something not realizing they're doing damage. Like, not necessarily that. It's like plagiarizing, or like not plagiarizing. What's it? When you plagiarize but you don't mean to. That's kind of what the gray hats are. They'll like do some shit, maybe for like usually protestive or like something like that purposes, and sometimes it gets a little too out of hand. It's bad, but it's usually not out of malicious intent, and they usually aren't like shitheads or like scum of the world. Where black hats, that's kind of like, if you ever see like if you ever see influencer videos of like insert any group of people, so for my example, let's say all men suck or something like that. The black hat hackers are those people being talked about. Now, if you're not a black hat hacker, you might still be one of those people, but chances are you might probably.
I was gonna say, I
don't
don't
know.
talk to you about this, but how do you feel about the you know about the T app, right? How that guy like got
I
exposed.
heard about that.
Yeah, they got a data breach or some shit,
Don't
right?
even
Oh yeah,
get
like
me
crazy data
started.
breach.
Great
Like no,
modern-
and it's crazy because they literally had like their driver's license information. They literally had where they lived. Like there was already a whole map full of pings where they live. Like
Yes.
that's insane.
So, great modern example of a black hat hacker who probably saw the T app and was like, when the fuck did they get to have a fucking women? Why did they get to have their thing?
Some incel somewhere.
Right. Some incel somewhere was like, fuck you. And to his credit, the app developer did not take the precautions to
Yeah.
actually defend, not even the women on there, the purpose that he had
Just
of
the
like
data.
Yeah, you
I mean,
can.
didn't that app like sort of just blow up overnight? Like
It
it was
blew
kind of
up
like a smart thing,
overnight.
but then just he had so many people, like millions of users, and the guy was just like, all right, and just swooped in, and
So
just did all
like
that.
the dude that did it's bad. Developer of T. Be a business guy. Good idea. Holy fuck, hire a team. Like, do something.
Yeah, dude.
I bet he
Don't
used AI
compromise your
coding, dude.
anonymous website or your anonymous app to some incel where you're actively trying to defend against those people. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, no, it was a big, huge bust. Similar example is...
Pause.
Pause.
Hashtag, bro.
I forget the company, but AI related. An AI deleted their entire database and all of their like data. So any banking information, any inventory, any orders that they had that day, swoop. Crazy stuff.
That's
Yeah, no.
That isn't it like I don't know if it's just the thing that like Aura or whatever fucking YouTube ad at the time just put like a buzzword, but where it's I feel like every week it's like AT&T breach, T-Mobile breach, Verizon breach, like
Yes.
Apple breach.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
So I've just kind of accepted
Yeah.
that like my data is definitely out. Like I was
Yeah.
watching a thing where the guy he took a photo of somebody like on his phone and then reversed it with like facial recognition, not even like a crazy technology, but like just knowing how to search for shit, and because of facial recognition, he was able to pull up photos of the guy that like not fucking photoshopped, but like that he just didn't know what were on the internet, and then were associated with his name and like data and then information about him he didn't know.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, it's just like, and the thing
Yeah,
that stuck with
what
me
the
was
fuck?
like a lot of these free apps and these websites or whatever, if you're not paying for it, you are the product.
Yes.
Like your data or your information or your whatever
Yep.
is your biometrics, whatever the fuck it is the thing they are
Your
profiting off
engagement,
of.
Yeah. That was what I was saying with Roblox earlier with the free-to-play aspect. Your engagement is sort of the product for that because they're probably taking your data as well, which normally when companies do, it is a bit more secure because they have to be. Now, can a breach still happen? Yes. But where I was saying Roblox is safer on Xbox rather than PC is because you have to go through Xbox's security
well, no,
measures.
if you
on,
if you go on Roblox like through like the Xbox launcher on PC, it will be its own separate launcher.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure if you go through the website, like it's like
Yes.
super insecure.
So that's kind of what I mean is these companies do already do some steps. Why it gets compromised? Smart people, especially the growing pool of CS people. One, the growing pool of CS people where they have more technology, where they have more access than the generation, not even the generation before them, the couple of years before them, but also companies hiring the CS student that used AI to get through all of their classes and don't actually know what's going on.
Right.
So when these data breaches happen, they try to
Well,
fix it.
That, and I think
Yikes.
there's a you would be able to answer this question, I think, but like I feel like there's a very human problem solving element to coding, and like especially the thing where it's what's the name where like you'll be hired to I have a business and I hire you to try to break into my shit, and then you
Yes.
show me like, all right, this is where you're vulnerable, this is how I got
Yep.
into it, this is how you can fix this.
So that would actually, I don't know what position that would be called. It'd probably just be like a cybersecurity, like something like that, like breach or something. White hat hackers sometimes do that because that's how they get paid money.
Right.
Google, for example, if you're ever able to compromise Google and you tell them what you did, chances are you're going to get paid. Fun fact. So go try hack Google.
Has anyone done that yet, or because they have programs like that in
It's
place or
happened
securities
a
like
few times, and I'm sure it's happened, but because they do that for X amount of times, and they have a staff to keep their cybersecurity, it's how you keep your cybersecurity in check. It's to say, this is how we're going to defend ourselves.
companies pay the motherfuckers?
Yes, that breached them.
compensation.
Correct. And it's better to pay someone that breaches you to say, hey, this is how I breached you, rather than pay your clients because you're stupid and some asshole hacked into your thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of
That-
like work. You should almost like give your employees a raise rather than not, and then
Yeah.
paying the marketing and the hiring staff to get a new guy. Weird, right? Crazy
So,
how that works.
Would I be right in saying that like there's a creative aspect to hacking and coding where it's
Oh.
like, all right, I see a way I could get around this line of code and get into something.
So not even for that, but just app development in general. Like how fast an AI can do stuff is great. Don't get me wrong. If it breaks though, one, AI isn't always using the best coding practices. It's not always using your coding languages very explicit and well intricate
you saw that too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
programming to properly and as efficiently do the thing you want as it can. Sometimes it just gives you wrong code, so that's fun. Then you gotta figure that out. Because AI can read documentation. Documentation has to be written by a human in order to be used properly, because coding languages and any libraries you use are documented so you know how to use them. AI can do its best to translate that. There's a lot of fucking words. I don't
Right.
like doing it, but I do it because I make my thing a little faster. I switch a language because this language is better at handling a big data load rather than
Pause.
rather than like doing computer connections or something like that.
Right.
Because then certain languages are better at certain things. Some break easier, but they're really fast. So you want to use them because they usually keep you up and running. And then if you have millions of cybersecurity people, then you keep it up. So, you know, because that's, you know, it's a big fear. Like, AI is going to take our job. One, you need the AI programmer, so that's never going away. But two, if you're a business person and you went to school for a business, you don't know how to code. If your thing, if
Right.
whatever you're selling, if you're selling a software and it breaks, good fucking luck. You got this. You don't got this. You need a developer. You know what I mean?
That's what I feel like it comes back to, like the whole "it takes a village" thing, where it's like, I mean, obviously, you know, given a band is a good example. Like, even if I could write every fucking piece of music, I have, you know, you can't play fucking bass over here, and
Yeah.
guitar over here, and then like drum with your fucking, like, you need other people. But then also like the writing aspect. But same with the business, where it's like, all right, I have a business idea, but I don't know shit about how to get
Yes.
permits and licenses done, or I don't know shit about how to pull customers in. Like, I don't know shit about how to write
Do all of that. Yeah.
yeah.
Similarly, outside of CS, but also still part of CS, because it should be something business does in general. And I think at least the states were just so no to it because corporations are so big. AI in the
So ladylike.
creative industries or in the arts, that's great. You can have an AI band. You can like it. That's cool. You can have AI phone service. Okay, that's dope. People want that human element.
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
something a lot of people take for granted. And I think I always use the AI like customer support as an example. But AI music I think is important too, because, you know, it can sound super produced and cool. And
Think
you
it all
might have
sounds like
like
shit.
pop fans that like it just because they don't know music, but most people, I think, even those people are kind of like, there's nothing behind this. This is just kind of sound. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even though AI is fast and it's cool, people are still going to crave that human element in anything that goes on. And specifically why I say business, corporations have devoided themselves of like a mom and pop or like our history of this is what we've done, because people appreciate that. That is the human element of a business. AI can't replace that. That's not AI's fault, and that's not really what AI should be made for. But it just can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like you said, there's just I think it comes back to the whole thing where, like, and for some people it's a spiritual thing, some people it's a random, like, you know, just complete randomness thing, but, like, they still don't know why we're conscious, like, why we're the
Yeah.
only thing with consciousness. So I chalk it up to, yeah, there's some type of unknown human element, be it a soul or just the way
Wait.
we've evolved, or however you decide to look at it.
Wait, search of conscience?
Is that a band?
It's a
No,
class.
that's a class I took in
I'm
high
sorry.
school.
You said conscious, and I was like, wait a minute, search for conscience, and I was like, that's not what you talked about in that class.
No,
though.
that was mostly
say.
that whole class mostly
Sorry,
was
I
about
had
learning
to
about the
real
Holocaust
quickly
and
do
stuff
that.
and
I was
other
like,
issues.
oh my god.
I mean, it works out. We're at 50 minutes. We gotta start pulling this thing into
Yeah.
the metaphorical driveway.
A metaphorical driveway.
I was gonna say, how do we feel about Hulk Hogan's death?
I have
Oh,
like.
wrestler dying. I don't know, bro.
All right, first off, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness.
Prince.
I gotta be careful with what I do with my hand.
yeah,
Yikes.
I don't want to pull Elon Musk.
Don't point with all
I didn't
five
even want to
fingers.
make that like outward, but fucking I think it's stupid that like not to say I don't know I didn't know Hulk Hogan, but
Hulk.
like it's weird when people are like assholes their whole lives and then they die and they're like, man, that guy really
What a guy.
lived life, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
no, he was an asshole. Fuck that
He was
guy. It
one of the-
doesn't change now that he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real concerning this shit that he has said. And people they're just gonna be like, well, like, sure, different. You know, I guess it was different times. I'm like, bro, it was like 2003.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, he was like threatening.
Different times.
I don't know when it was specifically when he was like threatening to kill his daughter's like black boyfriend. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
shit.
dude,
Yeah.
that's not cool,
Can't be
dude.
doing that.
I don't know if it's like
Wrestling's fake, dude. You ain't that tough.
I don't know if it is CTE. Probably
There's definitely
is.
an aspect of
There's
that.
definitely CTE. Like I'm surprised he didn't Chris Benoit's family at some point.
Too soon, brother. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
But it really. So actually, when he died, I actually learned that apparently back in like the late '80s, the WWF was trying to unionize because like now the way how wrestling works now is that everyone is they don't work for the company; they're contracted. That's pretty. So pretty much they sign a contract, and it's dog shit too. By the way, like they don't get health benefits unless it's like stuff directly from what
Yeah.
happens in the ring, and they don't get paid nearly as much as you think they should be. And Hulk Hogan saw that everyone else WWF was like, hey, we should probably unionize for the better. He snitched on them, got them all fired.
Fucking.
Damn.
I'm glad that dude's
Shit.
dead.
And then look, and then suddenly, oh, he's the face of the company. He is the. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, he probably would have been regardless, but like literally stole the spotlight from many probably super talented wrestlers at the time,
yeah.
especially in like the '80s. That's when like
Yeah.
shit was really bumping.
And like his persona or like the character he had in WWE, kind of cool. But outside of that,
I mean, what he did for wrestling, I mean, it's
Yeah.
I feel like-
it's crazy how important he is, but like
but
off the
outside
ring,
of that,
he's
yeah,
a
it's
terrible
like-
person. Oh my god.
That's almost like the argument of being like, oh, Kevin Spacey was so good in House of Cards that like, I think we can look past what he
I've
did.
known people who are like this. Like,
yeah.
bro, he is so good in this. He's so good in House of Cards. Like,
Did
I
you
don't.
see
I
him
know
in
he-
Seven?
He's great
like,
in
I
Advanced
know he
Warfare,
did- I
but
know
he's a
he did
terrible
this.
person.
But it's like no, there is no but.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's good at playing
Yeah.
pretend. Still fuck that guy,
game
dude.
was fucking
Hulk Hogan.
good, though.
Play
How'd he
pretend.
get in
Yeah,
that?
that's all they're
he did,
doing.
you know.
No, dude.
And it's just. Man, it's funny. Anytime I think, because like anytime he has a tweet, he'll end it with HH. And nowadays, I'm just like, it sounds a little too close to saying "Hail Hitler."
That
Every
and
statement.
it's
like I know it means Hulk
Shit.
Hogan, but at some point, I
that's
would've
definitely
just
not
did
his
something
real
else.
name, right?
No, it's not.
So that's like,
yeah, it's not
imagine
his
you know you're a kid and you're like, you whatever, you have a phase of like I'm fucking Spider-Man, and you just like.
Yeah.
And you keep that into your adulthood where you're like signing checks as like Peter Parker. They're like, sir, you can't do that. Like, that's not. You need legal name.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
I get it. I mean, I didn't grow up in the '80s, but everyone loved the big hot dog man,
it's true.
hot dog skinned man.
Hot dog skin
Hot
man
dog
is crazy.
skin.
He was always red.
Yeah, he was red. He literally
freshly
just looked like a
boiled.
hot dog.
He was always racist.
Yeah, surging through his veins.
All right, Jake. Closing remarks, brother. What you got?
Closing remarks. Let me see. Stay air conditioned today. Stay inside a little bit. It's a little hot outside. Stay inside. Chill out. Snack. Watch this podcast.
There
You know
you
what
go.
I'm saying?
Nice
Call it
plug
a
at the
day.
end there. Like and subscribe. Go tell your mother you love her. Do something. I don't know.
Yippee.
Or tell her you hate her.
Or that. Free will, dude.
That's true. All right, well, I guess we're gonna just like fuck off now.